In the quiet village of Bashirpur, near Murshidabad, lived Aman, a skinny, soft-spoken youth known around the area as String Aman due to his fragile frame. One gloomy evening, the village was shaken by chilling news. Aman was found hanging from the ceiling fan in his room. A tragic suicide. But what followed turned a painful death into a nightmare the entire village would remember forever. Villagers soon dubbed him String Aman, turning his name into a cruel memory. His family rushed him to the local hospital, but the doctor on duty quietly shook his head, dead before arrival. The police demanded a post-mortem. The body was sent to the district morgue in Bashirpur. Shaimlal Mama, Aman's maternal uncle, waited outside the post-mortem room all evening, nervously chewing on palm. At midnight, terrified by the eerie silence and the body bag's bloody stains, he fled, leaving Aman's body alone. The next morning, when he returned with hospital staff, they were horrified. 4 or 5 stray dogs were licking the blood around Aman's body near the morgue gate. By 10 a.m., the body came back to the village. Aman's head had deep, jagged stitches. Fresh blood trickled from the wounds, soaking the tempo van's floor and leaving a red trail on the dusty road. Due to the stigma of suicide, no one helped prepare the body. An old cracked charpai was arranged for the bath, but no one came close. 2 relatives tried lifting the body, but dropped it. The stitches on his chest tore open. One of them gasped, "Are, his chest is hollow." From a distance, buckets of hot soapy water were thrown to wash him. There were no prayers, no rites, only fear. Only 8 or 9 people gathered for the janazah, including Aman's closest friend, Faizan, and 3 of his friends. The local imam arrived, saw the scene, and refused. "I will not lead prayers for someone who took his own life. May Allah forgive him." The crowd thinned further. In silence, Aman's uncle shakily led the janazah. As they carried the bier nearly 2 kilometers to the graveyard, only Faizan and his friends bore the weight. He was buried away from the main graveyard in a bamboo thicket where discarded graves lay forgotten. The grave next to his had a rotting wall, and a sickening stench of decayed flesh made even the toughest men gag. No one dared step down into the grave to lower the body. Aman's uncle vomited and collapsed. Faizan offered, but was stopped by elders. Unmarried boys shouldn't step into a grave. It brings misfortune. Finally, Sohail, Aman's cousin, went in. As he lowered the body, the slippery shroud gave way. Aman's corpse splashed into the dirty black water inside the grave, splattering the mourners above. Everyone went home silently. That night, Faizan and the others who carried the bier fell sick. with fevers, headaches, and a lingering stench that wouldn't leave, no matter how much they bathed. But that was just the beginning. 1 year later, Faizan was returning from a wedding in Murarai, riding his bike past the Rahimuddin Dargah, which sat close to the bamboo graveyard. His bike suddenly stalled. Cursing under his breath, Faizan bent down to check the fuel pipe when a voice whispered, "Faizu, kire, behchana." He looked up. It was Aman. Aman smiled, wearing the same clothes he had died in. "I'm just taking a walk," he said casually. Faizan spoke to him for nearly a minute, only to remember, in horror, that Aman had been dead for over a year. As realization hit, his limbs went cold. He kicked the bike alive and sped away at 80 kilometers per hour on the broken, dusty road. The local panchayat member, a respected ex-freedom fighter, had discouraged villagers from attending Aman's funeral. Shortly after Aman's burial, the member fell ill. One night, his house help ran screaming from the courtyard. He later claimed to have seen a rotting corpse outside, its eyes sunken, skin hanging, asking, "Why did you stop them from offering my janazah?" The servant fainted when the corpse grabbed his wrist through the iron window grill. After that night, the member never stood again and passed away soon after. His house was only 50 feet from Aman's grave. The imam of the local mosque once slept inside its halls. But one summer morning, as he waited for the muezzin, he saw the man banging desperately on the mosque gate. "Sahab, us taraf dekhiye." In the graveyard's corner stood a rotting figure, slowly walking towards the mosque, its head tilted, half its skull exposed. They both rushed inside. The imam ordered the muezzin to give the azan. Only after the call to prayer did the figure vanish. Since that night, the imam moved to a new house, refusing to ever sleep alone in the mosque again. 1 year after Aman's death, Faizan's friend Rehan had a terrifying experience. He was asleep when his cousin Rohit came into the room and sat by his bed, chatting normally. Rehan, still groggy, noticed Rohit's face looked wrong, swollen, bulging eyes, and skin peeling. As he tried to sit up, Rohit placed a hand on his chest. That's when Rohit's face transformed into Aman's rotting face. Rehan woke up screaming, but the room was empty. The door was wide open. Later, his mother found 5 burn marks on his chest, shaped like fingers. Rohit hadn't even been in the village that night. After Aman's death, children stopped playing near his house. Aman's father moved out. His mother confided in Faizan. 7 days after the death, her husband saw Aman sitting on the balcony, humming a childhood tune. 2 nights before, their pet dog's severed head was found near the door. The next night, they discovered 3 strangled kittens in the bathroom. She recalled the day Aman died, how he had asked for 50 rupees. She refused. He laughed and threatened suicide. She thought he was joking until he kicked the chair. She screamed and lifted his legs, crying for help. But he was already gone. Now, every midnight, she still hears him call her. Faison closed his story at the village tea stall with these words: "No matter your sins, God doesn't forget." Aman's father practiced black magic for wealth. Now, he has nothing, not even peace. Never touch black magic. It promises power, but brings destruction. And with that, silence returned to Bashirpur.